Concord Township, and welcome to the Concord Township Board of Trustees meeting for October 21st, 2020. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and if you could join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mrs. Dawson, the roll call, please.
Mrs. Lucci?
Present.
Mr. Dondorfer?
Present.
Mr. McIntosh?
Present.
Okay, moving into the approval of the minutes for the October 7th, 2020 regular trustee meeting. Motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the October 7th, 2020 meeting minutes as written.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Elected officials reports, and we will start off this evening with our fiscal officer, Miss Amy Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. It's the second meeting of the month, so based upon some of our residents' recent questions and concerns, thought I would discuss financial facts. Recently spoke to a resident who was concerned that the fire department had to cover I-90 accidents and thought we did not receive any compensation for it. I explained that when we assist individuals anywhere in Concord Township, their insurance company reimburses us for some of the costs incurred. If they are a Concord Township resident, they are not billed any further. If non-Concord Township medical assists are billed the remainder of the cost, to which the individuals have to supplement that if their insurance company does not. Concord Township did receive rebated tax fees in the first quarter of 2020 from the Lake County Auditor's Office. The amount was $12,754.77, credited to the general fund. That was the fund that originally paid those fees. Year to date, Concord Township received approximately $908,000 in CARES Act grant funds. There are specific criteria that we can use to spend the money that must be encumbered by November 20th, 2020 and spent prior to December 30th of this calendar year, where the money has to be returned. We cannot use the money to build a fire station. Finally, it is unlawful to save money over a long period of time without a specific purpose in the state of Ohio. We are allowed to save money for a specific project for a 5-year period. That's why we have capital projects funds. For example, we were saving $10,000 in an emergency fund in case of an emergency after the 2006 flood. The state auditor's office made us return those funds to the general fund where they had been originated so that we could spend the money. We would never be allowed to save money over a 26-year period for no reason. Finally, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call my office at 354-7516. If you have a financial fact that you would like addressed in an upcoming meeting, please email me that question and I will try and include it in my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Dawson. On to the trustees' reports for the evening, and we'll start with Mrs. Lucci.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few things. I did have a few more conversations with folks regarding the fire station project. I appreciate all the emails and phone calls asking the questions. Some other questions regarding the grocer, and I think people are really excited. People were asking about timelines when they're going to open. So people are really excited about Lucky's coming. It is election time, so I think we take this opportunity to, understand we could make a difference in our lives and our children's lives, and to vote wisely and to please get out there and vote. We definitely don't take this freedom lightly, so we thank all those who have already voted as well. And then last but not least, Halloween. We wish everybody a safe and happy Halloween. Please remember there are some folks that don't feel comfortable with lots of people coming to their doors, so just keep that in mind. You may have to bypass some houses that look like they're not open, and we respect what everybody wants, so please do whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci. Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've been busy in a couple of stormwater, instantly been on a couple of properties that have similar topography and similar water issues. So I've been talking with stormwater about those. We're storming ahead and getting those resolved. Had a constructive meeting last week. Administrator and I did up at Parkside Elementary, trying to resolve some of those move-in issues that we've had with that relatively new school there. So good conversation, good constructively moving forward, and that's nice to be having that conversation. As we all have been taking questions about the fire station on a regular basis. Did also have some questions about the timeline in the grocery store too. I know people are very excited about that SMI. And yeah, I encourage everyone to practice Halloween as you see fit. I think our Halloween hunt is going to be a fun thing for kids to do this year. That's a safe alternative. I look forward to participating. I think we're going to be here at Town Hall. And I echo Ms. Luch's comments about just be respectful of those who are choosing to participate and not. And we've left it up to members of the community to make their own choice about how they want to celebrate or participate. I really think that's the right decision. And again, encourage everyone to go out and vote November 3rd. That's the end of my report.
Great. I also did field several calls about the fire issue. And, I would like to commend Mrs. Dawson for covering some of those facts that were brought up. A lot of the questions I had was about, some recent factual or information that was circulated about, excessive like slush funds and things of that nature that just don't exist. And I was able to clarify that on the phone with several residents that called me, and Mrs. Dawson clarified that in her factual information that she presented. So I am happy with the job that the trustees have done through this initiative, and commend everybody on providing factual information, and we urge the public to get out and vote, and we thank them for their input and their calls and things of that nature regarding the fire issue. I also did field some calls about the grocery store. It's going to be great. The timeline, like we talked early, I think was the end of March, but you never know with construction and things of that nature. We had several issues regarding road concerns after the storms from last night. I know our service department was very involved this morning working with the county. Everybody knows there was excessive amount of water flow and rainwater. The service department did an exceptional job, I think, remedying some of the issues in our township roads. We thank them for that. I did feel a couple issues regarding some neighbor concerns that I'm working with some residents on, and that's all I have. So thank you for everything everyone has done. Moving on to department reports. In Administration Department, Mr. Andy Rose.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. Members of the board, Mrs. Dawson, members of the audience, good evening. Just a couple of quick things. I accepted a resignation letter on behalf of the trustees from Star Bruno. Her last day will be October 30th of 2020. She's done a great job for us in the recreation department. We thank her for her years of service in our rec department, and we wish her well on her future endeavors. The county engineer is conducting a speed study on Girdle Road to determine if a speed limit change is warranted. The full study, this process takes about 90 days. So once they give us the full report, I will report that back to the trustees on what their findings are. And then finally, I'll echo what seems to be a common thread. If you have not already done so, I encourage you to vote. They're between absentee, voting in person at the Board of Elections, and I must say I did that, and they're doing an exceptional job. And then all the polling locations will be open. I encourage you to vote. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Moving on to our audience portion this evening. Is there anybody on the
no
phone?
online,
Okay. Anybody in the audience here at Town Hall that would like to come to the podium? Okay. Seeing that there is nobody here, we will move on to old business. Seeing that we have none, we will move on to new business. And new business, we have item A.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Fire Department's approval of the reclassification of firefighter 1 Frank Virant to regular status firefighter paramedic effective October 11th, 2020.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve service department PO in the amount of $12,150 to ESCO Solutions for the purchase of a fuel management system.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And with future meetings and announcements, Mrs. Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. On Thursday, October 29th from 6 to 8 p.m., be our Halloween hunt at various locations throughout the township. Please call the community center for the list of those locations. On Friday, October 30th, 9 a.m. staff meeting here at Town Hall. Saturday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. will be our annual trick-or-treating throughout the township. Tuesday, November 3rd from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. is Election Day. Please go out and vote if you have not done so already. And 7 p.m. that evening, Zoning Commission meeting, I'm assuming here at Town Hall. Okay, Wednesday, November 4th, 6:30 p.m. Trustees office hours in the conference room, and at 7:30 p.m. trustee meeting here at Town Hall.
Thank you very much. And that concludes our meeting this evening. Concord Township, stay safe and well, and happy Halloween to our young trick-or-treaters when they go out, and we hope you have an enjoyable evening. And that concludes our meeting this evening. Thank you.